Welcome to the next module of emerging trends in sales. Here we will try to elaborate on the use of automation in selling. We will also look at what are the different types of automations we can have and what are the different benefits it offers. So, Salesforce automation, what is it? What is Salesforce automation? So, Salesforce automation means using sales automation softwares and creating workflows to make sales management smoother for everyone involved. So, the point of sales automation is to simplify the sales process. So, it's already a complex process, so many people are involved, and that's where SFA comes into the picture. It tries to make the process simpler and reduce the amount of manual repetitive tasks for your sales representatives. So, it makes contact management, opportunity management and task management easier by having the complete history and data of your interactions with customers stored in one place. So, it is a one stop solution for all your selling processes and activities that you are conducting around your selling process. It also keeps tracks of sales leads and help with setting up reminders and notifications as well. So, why do businesses use Salesforce automation? Why we need those kind of softwares to make the sales process easier? So, there are different or multitude of benefits SFA can offer. First one is boosting your sales productivity. So, when sellers reduce the time needed to click through a system, they can focus on the right task and actions to close deals more quickly. So, that is one way where a sales productivity can be increased because of the SFA that you are using. Increasing sales efficiency is another kind of a benefit offered by use of SFA or Salesforce automation softwares. With SFA tools, sellers can spend more time on the tasks that are mattering more. It's important, right? So, most important tasks are kind of focused a lot, such as calling prospects and setting up meetings, and less time performing manual data entry gets reduced. So, in this way, it's tried to increase the sales efficiency. Third benefit is to drive a higher user adoption. So, sellers should want to use Salesforce automation systems. The right system offer proactive AI driven guidance to seller across all their devices. So, many people will be using kind of their mobile devices while they are interacting with their clients, and the Salesforce automation role is to kind of give accurate information at the right time about a particular client and whatever the past history and kind of data points available for that particular customer. Coming to the next benefit is to deliver connected customer service expectations or experiences. So, connect customer intelligence with Salesforce automation software, right? That will give your sellers have a complete view of each customer interactions. And then finally, it can also uncover the more revenue opportunities for your business or your firm. So, while humans may forget to follow up, SFA will not. It will make you kind of remind that kind of follow up requirements. So, SFA software can intelligently track accounts and suggest the next best recommended action. Many of us are using these kind of tools or maybe kind of experiencing those kind of tools. Simplest example is our experience on OTT platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime and all. Whenever the next movie is getting added, you get a mail, right? So, that is a reminder that we just added a movie that you might be interested of, and the interest is again calculated based on what other movies we saw in the past, right? So, the SFA system takes care of those kind of situations as well. So, what are the benefits of sales automation? So, actually it frees up sales people from routine office administrative tasks, enabling them to spend more time with their customers. So, instead of getting in the office and doing the routine kind of form filling, report writing tasks, sales people can actually use those kind of those time slots to kind of interact with their customers. So, getting up to date market information in almost real time, that is another benefit offered by these SFA tools. Providing better customer service because the salesperson has immediate access to information such as stock levels and quotations. So, they do not overpromise or underpromise as well, right. So, they can know what is exactly lying in the inventory and when what should be the kind of optimum delivery period they can promise or something like that. So, capturing information that allows management to measure and monitor sales performance, and that is too again in a real time. So, that is again an added advantage of using SFA tools. Helping to create and manage sales opportunities so that a greater proportion is converted into sales, right. And then improving customer relationship as information is not lost and sales histories are easily available, right. So, in a way, if you know more about your customers and if you know your past interactions and if you can reciprocate those interactions, that will build some more confidence among your customers or clients about your products and services. Now there are what are the different types. So we saw what is SFA and what are the benefits it offers. Now let's look at what are the three types or whatever the software tools are, how they are classified. So usually there are generations of Salesforce automation software. It actually happens because of there is a changes in technology that is happening over a period of time. So Salesforce automation software has developed through a series of different generations, and for our learning purpose we are categorizing them into three generations. So the generation 1 is about personal information and contact management, right? Where they are focusing at, whether the particular software is focusing on kind of collecting, analyzing those personal information and contact management. Generation 2 software, the next generation, worked around the network Salesforce, how to integrate your salespeople or salespersons across globe or across product categories. And then generation 3, which has kind of SFA tools based on technology enabled selling. Let's look at each one of them in detail. So the generation 1, that is personal information and contact management. So the first generation involved equipping the sales force with mobile phones, laptops and other types of computing and data storage devices. At first, these machines contain the typical office productivity applications such as spreadsheets and word processors, right? So there is nothing automation. It's just kind of taking the notes, those kind of things. So certain applications were designed to help a salespeople manage contacts and time and increase their selling effectiveness. So powerful time and contact management tools that had not existed previously were quickly developed and implemented across these generations. Coming to the second generation, that is generation 2, which has kind of the network Salesforce. So these SFA tools were essentially kind of network versions of the first, connecting the contact database and personal productivity tools of the Salesforce to the corporate network, right? So what a particular Salesforce is having on the field, and then connecting it back to the corporate network. So that's how this network Salesforce tools works. This was usually accomplished via data replication by plugging the laptop into a phone line, typically at night. So throughout a day, salesperson will visit multiple clients, take the data in their own spreadsheets and word processes, and at the night they just need to upload those documents on the server where corporate data, entire corporate data of all the clients has been stored. So while sales representatives retain their interest in the time and contact management, these tools offered them a little, if any, an additional advantage over the first generation, although some were far smaller, more portable and lighter than their predecessors. Then whatever currently we are using or what today's people are using is technology enabled selling, right? So these technology enabled sales systems incorporate a much richer variety of functions to help salespeople acquire and close more business, including some combination of the following. So what are these? So first one is the lead management, right? So these are kind of technology enabled selling SFAs, provides the ability of for salespeople to receive leads from marketing and other departments. So very focus on particular stage of lead management. Then in this generation we also have opportunity management SFA tools, which organizes all information around the sales opportunity to give a complete view of the sales cycle, and then coordinate schedules and resources and bring the sales process to closure. So entire opportunity management has been accomplished using these another particular types of tools under this technology enabled selling SFAs. We also have kind of account management SFAs, which gives the ability to track successfully closed opportunities. It can include all interactions between a company and a business customer. This area of relationship monitoring and management is referred as the key account management. That's the term we usually came across while reading newspapers or even watching news, right? And across sales teams is a buzzword. That's a key account management. And so for this particular account management process also, we have dedicated SFA softwares or tools. Proposal management is another area where we have dedicated tools which provides the ability to the sales force to produce on the go, on the spot, customized, accurate product info configurations and proposals as well. So this is a critical for complex products and services and to close those particular sales opportunities as well. And we also have win-loss reporting. So whatever you do lead management, you do account management and everything. At the end of the day, you need to report what is kind of win-loss ratio you have. So for win-loss reporting also, there are dedicated tools which provides the ability to evaluate wins, losses and returns on investment objectively. So it allows people and companies to learn more about and improve their sales and customer support processes as well. So even for salesperson's evaluation, or where you are kind of evaluating their performance, these kind of win-loss reporting SFA tools comes to our help. Now let's look at how particular what are the different components of Salesforce automation software are, and then we'll just briefly go through them one by one when the customer is kind of transiting from prospecting to the closing of the sale. So this particular diagram shows that these are the processes that can be automated. So we can automate prospecting, we can automate pipeline management, we can automate sales and activity tracking, and we can also automate sales data, how it is used for other strategy purposes. And then this first three stages, that is this 1, 2 and 3, from prospecting to sales and activity tracking, falls under the umbrella term of sales contact management. So most of the SFA tools are kind of used in these three stages, and which to automate those particular stages that are happening in the sales process. Let's look at each one of it closely. So this contact management is the process of storing and managing your customer contact data. That's very clear. Coming to the next first one, that is a prospecting stage. Here SFA tools uses automated communication tools to contact and further qualify the prospects, like leaving sales rep the time to build relationship with those who reply. So there is some kind of tedious work taken away by those SFA tools even at the stage of prospecting. For example, for lead generation, it's an important activity under prospecting. Here SFA tools will help your team cast consistent nets with automated emails and follow-ups. SFA also helps you sort and qualify the leads you find. So it's even at the stage of lead generation, SFA tools can automate most of those processes. Coming to the next stage, that is your pipeline management, which is nothing but the process of mapping out your selling methods, recognizing opportunities for adjustments, planning for growth, and then strategizing tactics for closing. So here there are different kind of sub processes that we follow. So once we have a lead generation in the prospecting stage, here we will try to score them, right? Which one leads should be kind of approached first, or on a priority. So at lead scoring stage as well, this lets you sales team work through leads in order of priority rather than randomly selecting ones that might pan out. So if you're doing this thing manually, there is a chances of error, right? You might be kind of identifying few leads which are having that kind of potential to convert into final sales, but most of the time you will be focusing on the leads which are not useful in the long run. But SFA tools will take care of that. They will use different kind of methodologies. They use different kind of parameters to rank your leads according to different attributes and all. We already covered this in one of the previous modules, and those based on those attributes, the SFA will recommend what are the leads that you should pursue on an immediate basis. Coming to lead tracking, so lead tracking keeps tabs on where your leads come from, whether they move forward, and if so, where they are in the sales pipeline, right? So if someone is coming or kind of visiting your website, or someone is visiting your social media handle, so lead tracking is again kind of option available with your SFA tools that tracks from where particular lead is coming to your business. Lead nurturing, once you track, you also need to nurture the leads so as to convert them into final opportunities. So at lead nurturing is emphasizes on lead not only increasing sales, it also increases customer loyalty and the likelihood of referrals as well as repurchases as well. Opportunity management, here SFA automatically monitors how many clients your reps are working with and then passes new leads to the rep with the greatest availability, right? So you need to have that allocation when kind of you have multiple sales rep busy with handling multitude of clients. You need to appropriately kind of pass on particular leads to a sales rep who is available and who can dedicate that kind of time with that particular client or customer. Coming to the next step in the sales contact management, that is sales and activity tracking. For example, for sales emails, we can use SFA tool to sync our email and know exactly when prospects open it or click on the email and even reply to your emails. With respect to sales calls, SFA gives you a sales team contact management tools as well as auto dialer features as well, so they can keep moving without getting lost in the shuffle, right? So you need to keep tracking through emails and calls and all the follow-ups. And then task management as well, where task management features in Salesforce automation tools act like a bookmarks between conversations. so that sales reps can keep each buyer's journey straight. So they should be clear on where the particular customer is at in particular sales process, right? Whether he is at the prospecting, where he is very close to conversion. So based on that, sales people can kind of manage their task or manage those activities efficiently. And then finally the sales data. So sales data includes sales reps quotas, inventory movements, like budgeting and cycle tracking. So among other relevant sales information, SFA, when it is combined with your customer relationship management tools, keeps this data very much organized and accessible, so that forecasting and reporting can become very much simpler and more efficient. So by looking historical data via sales dashboard, the current status of your pipeline and market trends, your SFA tools can also help you to forecast more easily. So you can have that kind of exact picture of what to expect in your future with respect to your sales. And then even for sales analysis and reporting, SFAs uses real-time metrics to automatically produce reports. So all the tedious time-consuming tasks performed by your salespeople can be kind of automated using these SFA tools. Then there might be a question that how then SFA is different than CRM, right? So are they the same? No. So the main function of sales CRM is to improve relationships. So don't forget that customer CRM stands for relationship management, right? So customer relationship management. So the focus of all the sales CRM is to improve relationships with existing customers. So they mostly work with existing customers. They're very good at kind of providing more accurate information or insights about your past or existing customers. While CRM platforms may include features intended to help with a new client acquisition, their main purpose is to keep your current customers happy. So CRM is very much into who is my current customer and what data I have regarding him or her from the past history and all, so that they can continue purchasing from you. So automation for Salesforce is designed to streamline the process of acquiring new clients. So that's a fundamental difference between CRM and SFA. CRM is mostly focusing on existing customers and keeping current customers happy, whereas SFA is more into getting new kind of customers for your business and leading them successfully through the sales cycle as well. So even in this case also there is some little bit elements of relationship building are involved, but major focus is about building a new sales relationship and maintaining an old one as well. So there are kind of some overlapping between these two tools, but when they integrated together, you can take care of your old and also new. So for old we can use your CRM system, for new customers we can have your SFA system. So both when you integrate both these CRM and SFA together, actually you are taking care of entire sales related to all the customers, potential customers that are available in the market. So specifically Salesforce automation software is designed to increase sales. It supports the sale of products or services with the goal to make the entire sales process more efficient, right? So on the other hand, CRM deals specifically with the management of customer relationship, existing customer relationship, with the goal to improve the overall relationship between the company and its customers or clients. But before that, so there are so many advantages, benefits, and there are different tools that can be employed across the sales process. And these SFA tools are very much profitable when they are being used with CRM softwares. But there are potential risk of using SFAs as well. So before going ahead to adopting any SFA tools, one should be aware of this potential risk as well. First risk is it won't work if you don't know what you are doing, right? So unless you know exactly what should happen in each individual stage of your sales cycle, it's impossible to automate it without making a mess. So if you have to have a very clear cut sales process that is adopted by your salespeople. If anyone is diverging or anyone is taking a different route, then your SFA will be at kind of loss. So the installation and maintenance can be quite expensive. That is the second risk. The sales team must know how the process and system work, and that all your integrated systems like SFA, CRM and others are compatible. Many businesses uses ERP as well. So if you are bringing SFA, you should be aware that if you have an existing ERP, how it is going to be compatible with your new SFA systems. Third risk is data entry and integration takes up a lot of time. So it's a time consuming task because you need to clearly indicate the exact sales process, and you need to decide what automation you want across these stages, and then accordingly it will take kind of implemented. So when used poorly, you might lose your personal touch, right? So many salespeople say that technology takes away that personal touch with your customers, right? What we generally experience in the recent pandemic, that people are more inclined to kind of offline face-to-face meetings. Suddenly they had to adopt to the online mode of meetings and all, and then actually they might think that they are losing a personal touch with their customers. So by automating the wrong parts of your sales process, you risk losing your personal touch as well, and human connections with your customers in the process. So there are some risky factors, and this will vary again from business to business, firm to firm, based on whether on the product type you are selling, the markets you are serving, the type of sales structure or sales force structure you have employed, and again in terms of training and experience and learning experience of your salesperson as well. So based on this, there are potential risk of using SFA as well. One should carefully kind of evaluate those risks before implementing any Salesforce automation software. So that's from this module, and we just saw how different SFA has different benefits, and what are the generations of SFA tools that we have, and how we can have kind of employ these kind of SFA tools to improve efficiency and productivity of our sales team. Thank you.